We know that members are still having to manage both price increases and delays. And while the extent of the delays and cost increases will vary in each state, HIA is aware that this is leading to cost pressures and is impacting the timely progress of many building projects. I am here with Melissa Adler, HIA's Executive Director, IR and Legal, to respond to some of the commonly asked questions about how to manage price increases and delays to residential building work. Melissa, can I pass on price increases to products and materials?
In most cases, the answer is no, but it can depend on the type of contract you are using and any specific clauses in that contract. If you are using a fixed price contract, then the builder is responsible for any costs above the fixed price, except for those incurred because of variations. If you are using a cost plus contract, the client agrees to take on any changes in prices. The client is charged for the actual cost of construction plus profit, which is normally expressed as a percentage of the costs of construction. Depending on where you are based, there may be some restrictions on using cost plus contracts.
But I thought I could pass on price increases through provisional sums and prime costs.
Provisional sum or prime cost items for specific trades may provide some protection against cost increases. Prime cost items are a fixture or fitting that has not been selected or the price of which is not known when the contract is entered into. Under the contract, the builder must provide a reasonable allowance for these items. However, the end price may change depending on the item's final cost. This might include the supply and installation of tiles where the homeowner hasn't made a final selection about which tiles to use. The price can be adjusted and a variation is not needed. Provisional sum items are an estimate of the cost of providing particular contracted services that the builder cannot provide a definitive amount for when the contract is entered into. This might include excavation work. In both cases, these items and a reasonable estimate of their costs should be identified in the contract, which sets out how to make adjustments to these amounts if needed.
But what if continuing to work under the fixed price contract becomes unprofitable?
Talk to your client. See if you can negotiate an additional amount to cover any shortfall. If you can't get agreement and there is nothing in your contract that allows you to pass on price increases, you might have to complete the job according to the agreed terms.
I've heard a lot about rise and fall clauses or cost escalation clauses. What are they?
A cost escalation clause is a provision that allows the contract price to increase to reflect increases in costs of labour and material or increased costs due to delays in carrying out the work. A rise and fall clause is a provision that allows the builder to pass on to the client increases and decreases in the cost of performing work. Generally, changes in the price of labour, materials or other specified items can be adjusted for and passed on to the homeowner according to an agreed formula, despite there being a fixed price under the contract. This could lead to the homeowner actually paying a lower price.
Do HIA contracts include a rise and fall or cost escalation clause?
No, they don't, and that's for two reasons. Firstly, in some places across the country, these types of clauses are banned and will either be considered void or unlawful if included in a residential or domestic building contract. The second is that where these provisions are allowed, they are complex to draft and administer and can result in the builder being worse off.
So what about variations? Can you use a variation to pass on price increases?
You may be able to pass on a price increase through a variation if there has been an omission, addition or change to the building work or a change in the manner of carrying out the building work. This may be suitable where a product or material is being substituted and this results in a price increase.
So how can I respond to price increases during construction work?
Well, it depends. Under a fixed price contract, unless there is a contractual provision which allows you to, you can't pass on a price increase. However, under a cost plus contract, you can pass on price increases as you are charging the client for the actual cost incurred at the time you incur it.
So can I ask for more time to complete building work?
Yes, you can. While HIA contracts deal with this slightly differently across the country, Generally, if something happens during construction that causes a delay that was caused by something outside your control and was not reasonably foreseeable at the time you entered into the contract, you can ask for an extension of time to complete the work.
Melissa, thank you very much for talking to me today.
Thank you.